It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Packers and the Bears, next on Madden Football.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. First carry now for David Montgomery. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
On second down, Montgomery. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call.
Holding offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 4 now, third and goal. Edwards-Helaire. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So a decision to be made. Is this something, opening drive maybe they discussed before the game?
They had to, and that's the responsible way of getting ready for a game. You go through situations with your staff, you go through scenarios, and you read your team. If we're in this spot and we're moving the ball well, is this a time to go for it, or is it a time to be a little bit cautious? I think in this case, he feels good about his team. He should go for it.
And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. So Montgomery denied on 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's got some space here. There he goes, right side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. You think about the great running backs in the game today. I don't know if Aaron Jones is a name that comes immediately to mind, but it should, evidenced by that run there.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big playability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. Montgomery, a first down and then some. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with touchdown number 8 on the year.
After review of play, the rules on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Montgomery will take it in. Touchdown, Bears. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense, trotting back out. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
They'll stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Odafe Owe. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Throwing right, and that's complete. They'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And that one didn't accomplish a whole lot. It'll be down inside the 35-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. 1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And this time he is in. David Montgomery in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears have taken the lead. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, it almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
An injured player still down, and that's Chris Godwin. So the wide receiver slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. On the ground, it's Montgomery. 85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
They'll try and run for it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. Well-executed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, I know this will surprise you. I've actually done a little bit of reading lately, and all the analytics say that you should go for it more on 4th down. I think someone has referred back to their analytics coach. Maybe he's got a pipeline into the booth because that was a really good play call.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on 1st down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Oh, and Edwards-Helaire, I don't think he got there. He did not. They'll stop him short. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Deep in the red zone, seemed like they had their mind made up that was 4-down territory, and now they've got it inside the 5.
I like the way you looked at that because you're thinking just like a play caller and a head coach who gave the play caller that authority.
And this time he is in. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. And here's Edwards-Helaire. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. On the return, it's Taylor. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Rodgers. Open man, Amari Rodgers complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, quick hitter here, it's complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be...
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Another try after the 1st down sack. Fields sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. It's an important touchdown. And now before we get to the extra point, we'll have a touchdown. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. after the touchdown. Here's Santos to kick this one away. On the return, it's Taylor. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. Amari Rodgers, 77 yards. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Great corner out there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On play action, Fields. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. 33 yards that time.
Even with a big lead here in the fourth, it still bounds away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. But this one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game. And it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
On the return, it's Taylor. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Packers ready to take over offensively. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Odafe Oweh in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now it's Rodgers. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way down to the 26. Well, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, Moody, what a catch. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A give. This is Montgomery. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. We'll check on his status when we get back. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there. He's got it. Santos now to add the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. On 1st down, Rodgers got it complete to Rodgers. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Rodgers to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's going to pick up a 1st down here as that clock continues to run. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Able to find Jones. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And that one falls incomplete. And they're left now with just 2 seconds here in the 1st half. One final try now for Rodgers. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick-6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more